This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Time to catch up with our good friend David King, and if you're watching Fox Footy and that's Channel 504 tonight, there's probably there's not a show that he won't be on. Let's be honest. Good morning, Kingy.
They pay by the hour. I go on anything.
Well, here's the thing.
That's how you hire your motel rooms too, isn't it? By the hour.
Yeah, well, by the quarter hour these days.
It's an age thing, isn't it? Hey, Kingy, it is a public holiday, so does that mean do you get double time?
Double time yesterday, double time today, and there's big news with the arrival of someone coming to Melbourne.
I know. How do you feel about that?
The whole town's in lockdown, just waiting for him to get here.
It's going to be like a cyclone coming through.
Yeah. Can you lend him a jumper too? He feels the cold.
Oh, he feels the cold, does he, little princess?
Yeah, he does.
Look, I'm looking forward to having him over here. The grand final should be spectacular. The joints are buzz over here. Melbourne becomes a pretty special place when the interstate fans roll in and the jumpers are out, the colours are everywhere. It's just wonderful at the moment.
I just can't wait to see the stories after the grand final of all the people that were waiting to get flights to the grand final and it got cancelled and moved around and they didn't get to go and see the grand final.
Like me.
Shaun's been stuffed around with his flights and this morning I've been trying to convince him not to take matters into his own hands, drive his own car and park it, but instead to catch an Uber. And Shaun, have I finally won?
You've won me over, but we all know that because my flight's been changed a few times, so I'm coming a bit earlier than I was originally, Kingy. But I've received that many messages. I don't know what's going on. So
you need
I mightn't get there at all.
From the airport. You need me to pick you up. You'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, swing out to Tullamarine.
Yeah,
no
why worries.
Not? Why not? We'll go to the surf park on the way there.
You got nothing
on the
better
way
to
back.
do.
Will your stretch Hummer fit in the airport parking bays, Kingy? Or?
I'm just concerned about what he's packing because I've heard over there that anti-inflams are a whole different thing. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I don't know what to advise.
Keep an eye on him.
Absolutely. Now, this game, Kingy, let's talk about it. Geelong seems like everybody's picking Geelong. Apparently they turn up and just win this one. How are you seeing it?
No, I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's going to be really tight. You know, the Cats are a pretty experienced bunch of older guys. They've been knocking on the door for, 6 or 7 years to win another premiership. But they got a guy called Jeremy Cameron who's a complete wild card who could just take things into his own hands. But the Swans have been awesome this year, a young group of guys that are probably 12 to 18 months ahead of time, won't take no for an answer. Got a great coach and a former teammate of mine, Johnny Longmire, who's just got them charging. They're playing some great footy, a really exciting brand of footy, so let's hope we get a high-scoring shootout.
Absolutely, King. Hey, can you take us back to the grand finals that you played into? Because one of my old teammates was in one of them as well, Peter Bell.
Yes.
Now, how close were you from getting the best on ground? Because Belly believes one year that Shannon Grant got it and he should have got it. I hear this story 100 times over. I'd imagine you'd be in the same position. You should have won a couple of Norm Smiths.
No, I was more towards the other end of the scale.
Shouldn't have made the team.
Belly, hey, listen, you sometimes just need the Brumbies down the back, and I'm happy to play that role. Now, Belly was a superstar. He could have won 2 Norm Smiths quite easily. His numbers in grand finals are ridiculous. He never picked anyone up, so he just ran forward to the ball. He kicked a lot of goals, got a lot of the footy. That was his role, and he loved it. But he was a superstar, Belly, and this is the beauty of playing in good teams. You've got 4 or 5 guys that could have won them. So, yeah, it's probably a conversation you can't have with Shaun. So we might as well have it,
That's a low blow, man.
So, Kingy, are you going to be working during the grand final or are you going to be watching it? What's happening?
I think we're sitting together.
No. I'm sitting next to S. McManus.
Oh, then you're working.
Yeah.
I've organised someone to just ferry a couple of drinks across every now and then.
No, that's Shaun's job.
Yeah.
No, I want him to come and just enjoy the experience. See what the big footy town's all about on grand final day.
The most horrendous thing that I saw at the grand final that we went to,
we went 2015.
2015.
Yeah, Eagles versus Hawks.
I went to go into the bathroom and then there was, as you know, it was probably 2 inches of what I wanted to believe was water on the ground. And this one guy went to run in, obviously wanted to get in and out before the action started. And he ran in and he slipped and he just slipped all the way on his side, creating a tsunami.
Sliding home.
What we wanted to believe was water, but it wasn't.
No.
Oh, no, you've got a policy at the G. You just can't be visiting the public toilets.
That's right.
You just can't be doing it.
You've got your executive
yourself down
washroom
there.
or something, don't you?
Yeah,
Adult diaper.
you just got to talk your way into the corporate boxes to do that sort of stuff and then get out of there again.
Yeah.
When we did go that year in 2015 with Shaun McManus, every time he went to put a bet on, he would bring a drink back for us.
We were blind.
We were blind.
We've just got to make sure we're close to the TAB there, Kingy, at the MCG. And things
We
will
can
be
sort
great.
that out. Yeah, we'll get one of them little blue machines poured up right next to you.
That'll be all the good. Now, I know we've had a bit of fun right now, but the big story that broke over the last 48 hours, and that was to do with Chris Fagan and Alistair Clarkson, and of course the report handed out by the Hawthorn Football Club. It was damning stuff. Can you see these guys coaching on?
To be 100% honest,
Yes.
I have no clarity on the full story, and until we do it, it's really difficult to comment outside looking in. It's going to cause significant trauma everywhere, whether that's to the First Nations people or whether that's to the coaches or wherever, or the football clubs. I guess from a selfish point of view, I probably look at the North Melbourne Football Club and what they've had to go through over the last couple of years to try and get things, back on the straight and narrow. And I guess we all thought that Alistair was going to be that guy. So now there's a bit of, there's a question mark there. The balls are in the air there at the moment. So, until we know everything, I prefer not to say too much because it does sort of sit awkwardly with me, this discussion.
No worries, mate. Well, I look forward to catching. Well, if I can get on this plane today at some stage, look out,
You're not getting on the
King.
plane. You're not getting on the plane.
It's on.
I tell you what, I've been looking forward to this for months. I got it mapped out. Bring a few $1 notes with you.
$1 notes.
$1 notes.
Yeah, so it'll be strategically placed later in the evening.
No, we understand.
King's David King Street. Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you, brother.
Yeah,
Good
Shaun
on you,
doesn't
King.
need dollar notes. He taps and goes.
Yeah. Thanks, Kingy.
Very good. Take care, mate.
Have a great day.
See you, mate.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
All right, we're heading over to Melbourne, of course. Geelong Cats are going to go on favourite for this big one. We're going to catch up with their General Manager of Football, Simon Lloyd. G'day, Lloydie.
G'day, Shauny. How are you, mate?
Mate, it's always great to speak to one of the greats. I was telling the guys that I was able to work with you for quite some time. And
Shaun said you're terrible.
mate, he's a good-looking rooster, and I love working with him.
How are you, buddy?
Hey, Simon, massive build-up towards this grand final. Can't wait for it. The interesting thing about today is the parade's going to take place. Have you made it, or have you been able to keep the players at ease knowing that they're going to be jumping on a boat, going down the Yarra, and then jumping on cars and heading to the MCG?
Oh, look, it's a different type of week, and we've woken up this morning and Melbourne's turned on the rain this morning, so I think they've talked about clear umbrellas for the players, and it's going to be, look, we'll have a bit of fun. All week we've seen a lot of different things. A local greenskeeper has painted the bowling green blue and white and almost lost his job here in Geelong. And,
Really?
So there's a lot of different things, but we've just had a lot of fun this week, but also very focused on the task at hand.
Hey, Simon, the one thing that since you've been at Geelong, obviously the club's been ultra successful over the last decade, and from your point of view, right, so last year when you guys were over here, played in a prelim, and you've been playing in prelims for a long, long time, but people have been really quick to lay in the boot saying, oh, the dynasty's over. They didn't get in the grand final this year, or they didn't win the grand final.
The
Geelong,
premiership,
they're going down the bottom.
The window's closed.
Yeah, but it's never happened.
It doesn't happen, yeah.
So-
What is the secret?
It's amazing because when we start losing games, we get the too old, too slow
Yes.
tag, and so there hasn't been much of that, but it's floating around in the background. But I think what's helped us this year is there's been a lot of tight games, and our experience has shone at different points of time, but you do think over the last 10 years, the amount of players that have retired from the club, your Corey Enrights and Andrew Mackies and Tom Lonergan, the Gary Ablets, but we've been able to just find some young players come through, but they are a group of misfits. We have a steeplechaser in Mark Blitzard and Irishman in Mark O'Connor and Zach Toohey and category B rookies and VFL players, and We've had waffle players in Tim Kelly, so we've done a lot of different things to sort of try and stay challenging year on year, and that's our philosophy.
Hey, can you tell me what's the deal? So, what happens with the players from tonight? Are they told them to let it go out? Or what time are they out? What time are they out the next morning? What's the deal? Do they get locked in their rooms? What happens?
Someone will be patrolling the hallways.
I used to, my early days before I came into this career, I was a security guard in my early 20s, and so I'll be pacing up and down. I'll be in the hotel foyer, and look, a lot of players' families will come down. We'll stay in Melbourne tonight. A couple will stay back here in Geelong, and it'll be just very relaxed.
So wait, what? A couple of players will stay back in Geelong?
Yeah.
And then what? And then what? And then
they just commute
up. What if they're not flying? Are they?
No, I was going to say just down the road. It'd be like coming from Mandurah.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Exactly right.
I didn't think you would lead anything up to chance like that. Like I thought you'd want everyone there.
Well, next time, Nathan, you're in Melbourne, you're going to have to come down the highway to Geelong. So it's a big progressive town, and we'd welcome you. We'll have a ticket tape parade.
Oh, mate, I'll be catching a chopper.
That's how he rolls these days, Lloyd.
Hey,
that's good, Shauny.
You must be happy that there were no changes. There is nothing more heartbreaking than somebody getting dropped for the grand final, and you haven't had to do that at Geelong.
Can I jump in for a second, though? I am worried about Max Holmes. I know he's been all through the news, and he will be through our news today, but coming off a hamstring like that, you've got experience. That's going to be interesting to see if he gets up and he's right to play.
You're right, Shauny, and basically what's happening, and it'll be similar at Sydney with Sam Reid, is throughout today there'll be fitness tests, and we'll have the final look at him, and we'll make a call on that today.
So because as Holmesy will be out there, he'll be faking everything. I can't feel a thing. I'm just flying, Simon.
Never felt better.
Chris Scott, pick me.
Oh, he'll be expected to run at top speed and kick as far as he can and those type of things. So they're big decisions to make, and so hopefully he gets up. But if he doesn't, it'll be heartbreaking for him. But he'll have a lot of support around him. So we'll wait and see. But fingers crossed.
98% of the people that are watching the grand final will be having a beer during it. Will you?
I'm a more Midorian pineapple.
Illusion cocktail shaker.
Yeah, nice. I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
In comes Simon with shots, everyone, shots.
It's like it's not even half time yet.
Are you on the bench, Simon? Are you down with the headset on?
I'm in the coach's box. I keep an eye on things with the coaches and talk down to our doctors and physios. So it's actually, I had a game this year where I had to watch from home, and I was an absolute mess. So it's a lot more clinical and calm in the box. So it's that's where I'd rather be.
What's the catering like in the coach's box? And do you guys eat, or are you two just stressed out over the game?
Well, as Shaun knows, Mark Harvey used to demolish cans of Coke and bags and bags of lollies.
Yeah.
And all we have is bottles of water. That's all we have. Bring back halves.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Simon, I haven't asked you this before. So Simon's got a psychology degree. I always wonder, do you use this kind of stuff when you're in the box with Chris Scott if he's going off his brain or some of the other assistants aren't focusing on the right ways? And then secondly, when you're out of contract yourself, can you use your experience in psychology to make sure that you're seen in a valuable way that you get a better deal?
Shaun thinks you're Max Powers.
like it's a Jedi mind trick or something like that. It's I had to do over 10 years of training, so you're having a lot of conversations, little conversations here and there, but being able to just sort of step away and grab individuals to the side at different points of time, but you're just trying to make sure that the team functions at its optimum, and that's my job, to make sure that everyone's calm amidst the chaos.
Well, I tell you what, we're looking forward to it tomorrow. Yep. Geelong versus Sydney. Geelong go in as favourites, as we all know.
You would think so.
Experienced campaign. There's a lot of lovely blokes playing in that team, and well coached by Chris Scott, and running the ship, of course, is Simon Lloyd. Really appreciate your time, you champion.
Thanks, guys. Great to chat.
Good on you, Lloydie. Thanks.
Enjoy the Madeira illusions.
Bye-bye.
See you.
I will.
See you, buddy.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.